Maipur-shashi. Shishi Kota? Kota. Nitai. Kota Nitai, Maipur-shashi ki jai. Hare Krishna. And also happy to see all the devotees, those who taking shelter and shade of the lotus feet of divine lordships. So we're reading today Srimad Bhagavatam, and we're reading Canto 8, Chapter 10, and we start with the beginning, going through the few verses. Okay, let us start with invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashta Presham Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Utamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Shinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shavanam Kirtanam Vidyantosta Bhadrani Vidhunoti Sukrit Satam. So this okay, so we start with text number 1, or we read an introduction into the chapter as well? Introduction as well? Okay. Introduction to the chapter. The summary of chapter 10 is as follows. Because of envy, the fight between the demons and the demigods continued. When the demigods were almost defeated by demonic maneuvers and become morose, Lord Vishnu appeared among them. Both the demigods and demons are expert in activities involving the material energy. But the demigods are devotees of the Lord, whereas the demons are just the opposite. The demigods and demons churn the ocean of milk to get nectar from it, but the demons, not being devotees of the Lord, could derive no profit. After feeding nectar to the demigods, Lord Vishnu returned to his abode on the back of Garuda, but the demons, being most aggrieved, again declared war against the demigods. Bali Maharaj, the son of Virochana, became the commander-in-chief of the demons. In the beginning of the battle, the demigods prepared to defeat the demons. Indra, king of heaven, fought with Bali, and other demigods, like Vayu, Agni, and Varuna, fought against the other leaders of the demons. In this fight, the demons were defeated, and to save themselves from death, they began to manifest many illusions through the material maneuvers, killing many soldiers on the side of the demigods. The demigods, finding no other resource, surrendered again to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who then appeared and counteracted all the illusions presented by the jugglery of the demons. Heroes among the demons, such as Kalanemi, Mali, Sumali, and Malyavan, fought the Supreme Personality of Godhead and were all killed by the Lord. The demigods were thus freed from all dangers. Text number 1, Sanskrit, and translation by Srila Prabhupada. Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Danava Daitya Nani Navindam Amritam Ripa Yukta Karmani Yatascha Vasudeva Paranmukha. So we're doing a responsive, or we're going to the next?
We just do responsive one verse.
One verse where there is a purport there. Okay. So translation. Shukadeva Goswami said, O king, the demons and deities all engage with all full attention and effort in churning the ocean. But because they were not devotees of Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, they were not able to drink the nectar. So next verse, Sanskrit. Sadhyayitvam rajam payayutva sakam suram pashyatam sarva bhutanam yayau garuda vahana. O king, after the Supreme Personality of Godhead had brought to completion the affairs of churning the ocean and feeding the nectar to the demigods who are his dear devotees, he left the presence of them all and was carried by Garuda to his own abode. Verse number 3. Sapattanam param ridhim drishtva te ditim nandanach amrisya mana utpetur divam pratyadyuta yudhach. Translation. Seeing the victory of the demigods, the demons became intolerant of their superior opulence. Thus they began to march towards the demigods with raised weapons. Next verse. Tatak suragana sarve sudhaya puttayaidhitah pratisamuyudhu sastrayar narayana padashaya. Thereafter, being enlivened because of drinking the nectar, the demigods, who are always at the shelter of the lotus feet of Narayana, used they various weapons to counteract the demons in fighting spirit. Number 4. Number 5. Next. Tatradayvasuro namaran ranach paramadavnach Radhasu udan vattorajams tumuloroma hashanach. Translation. O king, a fierce battle on the beach of the ocean of milk ensued between the demigods and demons. The fighting was so terrible that simply hearing about it would make the hair on one's body stand on end. So here the next verse, number 6, there is a purport by Srila Prabhupada. Tatranyonyam sapatnaste samrabdha manasorane samasadhyasi bhirbanair nijakur vividhayudhaich. Should we read together this one? Yeah? Maybe anyone likes to recite Sanskrit? Prabhu?
Tatranyam sapataste samrabdam nasorane samasavyasa virvanir nijagno vivadaya yudaya.
Anyone else?
Tatranyam sapatnaste
samrabdha manasorane
samasadyasi virvanir nijagnor vividhayudhai.
Maybe Mother just. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Both parties in that fight were extremely angry at heart, and in enmity they beat one another with swords, arrows, and varieties of other weapons. Reported by Srila Prabhupada. There are always two kinds of men in this universe, not only on this planet, but also in higher planetary systems. All the kinds dominating planets like the Sun and Moon also have enemies like Rahu. It is because of occasional attacks upon the Sun and Moon by Rahu that eclipses take place. The fighting between the demons and demigods is perpetual. It cannot be stopped unless an intelligent person from both sides take to Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnana Chalakaya Chakshurmriditanya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahaganaratmanatkham vidam tam sajivam sadvaitam savathutam parijanam sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Shah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopakanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchina Gorange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishna Bhutlesh Mad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanami Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gaura Vani Pracharine Nir Vishesha Shuni Hadi Pashteti Deshatani. And так по Вишнамачу вам прасуптам сандживаянти кила шакти дам судам наманям шахастам чанам самнам самадик пранам намо бхагавате пурушая тупхим. Nama Sheshna Manusha Putramatra Surupam Dupam Dasagrara Murupuri Mat Hurim Goshtava Timrada Kundam Girivara Horadi Kamatala Samprapta Ese Pradipaya Shigurum Tam Nadosmi Dantastrinan Dantare Neshki Punakuna Shiman Rupam Padaram Bujam Dulisyam Janma Janmani Sarva Shastra Pitipusa Sarva Veda Katapala Sarva Siddhanta Atmagya Sarva Lokati Padacha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
How's it everyone today?
Yeah.
Happy in Krishna consciousness? So Bhagavatam describes the 10 topics. Atra sarga visarga syan stanan poshanam uttayo manvantarashanu kathah nirodha muktir ashaya. So there are 10 topics which represents the evolution of consciousness of living entity, or some kind of shift from the material consciousness to the spiritual consciousness, or finally to the Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness symbolically represents by this Ashraya topic, which is Krishna Lila. It's the topmost, summum bonum. 10 canto explain this Krishna Lila in 3 different stages: Vrindavan Lila, Mathura Lila, Dvaraka Lila, Purnam, Purnataram, Purnatamam. So this Lila is perfect, most perfect, more perfect and most perfect finally. So we have to take shelter of this Lila and finally develop our Krishna consciousness. It will be fully blossomed on this level. And this is systematic development of our Krishna consciousness throughout the different topics. And this churning of the milk ocean, this Kshira Manthana Lila, is a very prominent Lila, very gigantic, tremendous lila, cosmogonial lila, universal, you know. And if you look through the different cultures of the world, you can see traces of this lila in all different cultures of this world. Like if you look at Slavic culture, which we have came from, so there is some lila, which is also this churning of the milk ocean. If you look at Scandinavian lila, Scandinavian culture, there is also some myth about that. North American or South Asian, or of course Vedic culture as well. So this lila is very prominent because this lila is represent many different moral, ethic lessons which we can derive from. The background of this lila is a war between two opposite parties, two different confronting mentalities, two different opposite forces in this world. You know that Krishna explained in Bhagavad Gita there are two different categories of man in this universe. Daiva Asura Sampada. Dvai Bhuta Sargalokeshman Daiva Asura Evacha. So this Daiva and Asura, divine and demonic, and how we define each of them, how they, what is the foundation, let's say. What is it? Vishnu Bhaktir Smritodaiva Asura Tadviparyaha. So those who divine, they devotees of Vishnu, right? So they divine, they devoted, they have devotion. So that's the main kind of characteristic. And those who are Asura, they're completely opposite. Yeah? They're just against the God's will or God's order of this world, universal law. So they want to establish their own. That's why there is confrontation, perpetual war, struggle is going on. And this world is created in this way. So there is a balance in forces from opposite extremes. You know, like there is good and evil, always like that. And there is conflict in the world. So because the world consists of three modes of material nature, sattva, rajas, tamoti, guna, prakriti, sambhava. There is sattva guna, which is wonderful, this is good, this is beautiful, and there is also darkness, which is tamaguna, right? And rajaguna is like in between, it's like a force which directs towards some of those. So, and this is a balance in this world. So it's always be like this, will be always like this. It's been like this, be and will be eternally. So this is a balance kind of. So, and Krishna, he is equal to all living entities, right? He is samoham sarva buddhishuna medvishusya priha. He never takes part of anyone. So he indifferent to both. So because all living entities eternally, what is called? They eternally part and parcels of God. They eternally, his sons, his small particle of spirit. So Krishna is equally disposed to all living entities. He loves everyone, no problem. So Krishna doesn't take part. So he not partial. Like sometimes people just accuse him to be on the side of demigods, right? So, and this is huge lila churning of the ocean, which represents our sadhana, actually. So there are many different allegories, many different symbolical meanings of that lila. Like we say that sometimes it is explained by our acharyas and spiritual master that demigods, those who gradually surrender fully to Vishnu, they shift their consciousness from righteous people of this world like moral theists, to become sadhakas. So they become devotees, fully dedicated devotees. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he explained in his Chaitanya Shikshamrita the different mentalities, different levels of evolution of humans. He explained 5 different stages. Like everything begins from immoral atheist, like, hippies in this world. The immoral, the atheists, they don't believe in anything. They just, enjoying like on the level of animals, almost. Then little progression, they just step upward, and next one is a moral atheist. So people become a little bit moral just to, like to enjoy nicely, so that would not be any clashes between. So they establish some different rules in this world. But they're pseudo. It's not a real morality. It's a pseudo morality, just to keep the limits so that everyone has his own sense gratification, But they're still atheists. They continue to be atheists. Until they arrive to the level, which is very difficult, but anyway, so Krishna makes an arrangement, and Maya also pushes everyone. So people become theists. They've taken some kind of level of religion, maybe pseudo-religion. So many different religions in this world, especially in Kali Yuga. There are huge splits, so many different teachings, and so this is kind of pseudo, because religion only one, only one religion, one teaching, one God, one mantra. But so many religions now, and they represent kind of sub-moral teachings, whatever. So just to uplift consciousness up to the level of real religion. So people become moral theists. And to become moral theists, gradually they move to the real Dharma, which is Vedic Dharma. Vedic Dharma means follow the Vedas. And Yamaraj says in Srimad Bhagavatam, he said, what he said, Vito pranihita dharmo tat adharma viparyaha. So whoever follows Dharma, whoever takes up Vedas, like a real pramana or evidence, so they follow Dharma. But those who do not take Vedas like real evidence, so they opposite. So that means it's adharma. So very radical kind of discrimination, so given by Yamaraj, who is one of the Mahajans. And so people become theists, moral theists, and they follow Varnashrama Dharma, Vedic Dharma, this Dharma, they become righteous, they will live in Sattva Guna. And this is demigods. So demigods like that. So they're devotees, but they're more on the level of Dharma. They're not fully surrendered to Krishna, right? So they have their own agenda. They want to enjoy, they want to control material energy, so on and so forth. So in Krishna arranged this huge, grandiose cosmogonial lila to bring all these two opposite extreme parties together in order to cooperate, in order to get nectar. They have to cooperate together, right? So they have to churn this milk ocean together to get nectar. Nectar is bhakti rasa, let's say. So allegorically, this is bhakti rasa, which is immortal nectar, ambrosial nectar, which we're always anxious. That's which we can take, and then we will become really happy. And so Krishna arranged this situation so that demigods and demons come to make a truce, make a peace, so to unite their efforts and churn this ocean together. And this battle is like a battle in our heart. It is saying they've been very angry at heart. So this battle is constantly going on in our heart, because we have this lower essential nature and higher divine nature, which is our divine spiritual being, which is implicated in this kind of material situation. So we have this perpetual conflict in our heart, with constant battle, right? So our lower nature pulls us down, or sometimes we take support of higher supreme nature. We a little bit on the side of divine. We develop our Krishna consciousness, so we go in this eternal, long spiritual journey, like. So, and it's always going on in our heart, and like North American proverb saying, there are two dogs in our heart, they're barking on each other, they're fighting. So who will win? That one will win. Those who that you will feed, that one will win, right? Something like that. Yeah. So you feed your nature. Which your nature you feed, that nature will overcome finally and become victorious. So this is divine and demonic. So Krishna explained these mentalities in both mentalities in 16th chapter. He explained who are the demons, who are the demigods, what the mentality. But main characteristic is divine. They devotees of, they, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, they're more like moral theists. They're righteous people. They're not really devotees full time, But anyway, so. Finally, what is the gradation? What is the criteria for to be divine or demonic? Krishna explained at the end of the 16th chapter. He said, "Ye shastra vidhi utsrijya vartata kama karata na sidhime na apnuti na sukhame param gati." Right? He said, so you have to you have to take up the authority of Shastra. Without this, you never attain three things. You never become happy, never attain Paramgati, supreme destination, and you never become, you never get any perfection, Siddhi, Sukham, and Paramgati. So without Shastra, there is no chance to get all these three things. So Shastra means main criteria. So if you follow in Shastra, that means you're divine. If you're not following, so you fallen, you demoniac, or whoever. So this is main consideration, right? And so this is battle is going on, and demigods got shelter of Vishnu. They're more clever. They understood the metaphysics of the world and who is behind, so they're taking shelter of Vishnu. But anyway, so demons are very strong, they're very determined, they're very also powerful, and they sometimes, by using their mystic power, they overcome the demigods. The demigods become bewildered, and they're taking part. So, and finally, Krishna moves them to surrender, to fully surrender, to take full shelter and give up all different dharmas of this world. Like Krishna saying at the end of Bhagavad Gita, he said, "Sarva dharman parijajama mekam sharanam vraja." Jai Shishikoda Nitai Mayapur Shashi Ki Jai Gaur Premananda. So, therefore, we have to understand out there, no enemies. There is no enemies outside of our heart. So everything in our heart is going on. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he explained, there are two, one friend and one enemy in this world, only. Yeah, there is no enemies outside of our heart, outside of our consciousness. This is everything creation of the mind. It's called mana dharma. So there are only two opposite parties. So one is enemy, one is a friend. Is anybody knows who is our friend in this world? Krishna in the form of holy name. His merciful incarnation. So holy name is our friend, only friend and shelter in this world. There is no our friends, speaking honestly. Maybe some of the people, they're on our side for a while, but they're not real friends. A real friend is only holy name, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And also, who is our enemy? is our mind. This is real enemy because he's not Krishna conscious. He always pulls us down to sensual life, sense gratification, deviates us from the path of devotion. That's why he is an enemy. So you can observe your mind what he does normally. He always creates our obstacles. He always screaming on us. He always agitates our consciousness. He doing all this kind of nonsensical things. So he is a real enemy, and real friend is the holy name. So all other people which we kind of divide on different groups, like friends and enemies or allies or some well-wishers or whoever. They're all our gurus. They're all our gurus. They just give us lessons which we're passing through, different tests by the Supreme. So Krishna uses different people just to purify us, to give us lessons, to take us through the different situation of life so that we can take shelter of Krishna gradually, fully. So we have to understand this simple truth. And all fight is going on in our heart, nothing else. Because sometimes we can see it's all very, very temporary kind of things which we're observing outside. Sometimes what is bad turns into good, and in the other way around. We see it, it's going on during our lifetime, what to speak. So that means it's temporary, it's everything's called mana dharma. It's duality of this world. Ishkadvesha samudhina advanta mohana bharata. So therefore, Krishna teaches us lesson. He gives us this wonderful pastime so that we can identify ourselves with this sadhana process, which we are going through. So we have to unite both natures, our lower nature, our spiritual nature, which is still there, but it's small. It's just Bhakti Lata is a small beach which is planted in our heart. So we have to unite both natures in order to get the nectar and churn our heart, which is milk ocean, by chanting holy name of the Lord. So this is the process of sadhana, purification. So, and first comes some poison, very strong poison, which is Kalakuta poison, which is explained here. Kalakuta poison is very deadly, poisonous venom, which could poison the entire universe. So he can kill everyone, anyone. So it's very strong. So we have to go through, we have to purify ourselves. And this poison is very strong. It's called dark side of the soul. Sometimes we're going through difficult situation in our life. So this anartha nivriti stage is very tough. And maybe we need some help from outside. We cannot contract, we cannot deal with or overcome it by ourselves, because all the demonic forces are very strong. We accumulated this throughout over the million lifetimes being here in material world. So this is purification, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. That's why we have to take shelter of seniors, spiritual masters, senior devotees, our Guru Parampara. Yeah? So like Lord Shiva, he came to drink this poison, to purify the entire universe, to give the space for demons and demigods to continue their work. And Krishna, in the form of Paramatma Super Soul, he guides us, he gives us instructions. So we have to unite together, we have to make a truce. Don't fight with your nature. Yeah? Just in order to attain Bhakti Rasa or Krishna consciousness, we have to unite, we have to go together, and we have to fully dedicate to the process of Krishna consciousness. And this is gradual shift from the level of moral theist, being a pious person, virtuous, nice, sattvic, to become a full-time devotee. So full-time devotee means sadhaka. It's called sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means surrender to Krishna. It's a part of sharanagati. So you have to take part of Krishna and understand. And this world is world of duality. You cannot stay good, virtuous perpetually. you'll become rascal after a while, because modes of nature act upon you and they pull you down again, and you become rascal again. You fall into hellish condition of life. So you have to become devotee in order to get out of this perpetual fight, and constant battle which is going on in this world. So, and human form of life, it's like in the middle, the demigods and demons. And this demarcation line falls in the human race. So humans like in between. So from this human race, further, these forces kind of recruit, enrolls humans or living beings, also in the human form of life, for their own parties to become demons or demigods in the future. So to join one of the parties to stay in this kind of balancing situation in this material world, in this universe. So to get out from this duality from this constant fight, so we have to become devotees. We have to transcend this duality. We have to come to the level of Advaita, or it's called Ekatma Anupashyati, like Sri Upanishad say. So we have to understand there is no bad, no good. So everything is according to the will and providence, will of the Lord. So therefore we have to give up all the different dharmas, all different manodharmas, all these concoctions and ideas. So become devotees. So accept Krishna consciousness fully and surrender to him through the different stages of Sharanagati. We have a time, yeah? Or we have to stop?
Ask a few questions, if that was okay.
Yeah.
We don't finish at 8:30, so
Okay. So whatever, if you want to.
I had a few reflections, and I wondered if you could maybe clarify them, because for me, it's a little confusing. So, in the beginning, we all accept Krishna as equal and indifferent. You're making that point. He's equal and he's indifferent. So, and the demigods. But it's interesting that the demigods, they and you say the nectar is like Bhakti Rasa. You were making that point. I was just wondering, the demigods wanted nectar, not pure devotion, and when Rahu got the nectar, he didn't change. He still stayed demoniac. So it wouldn't seem that they were getting, the demigods at that point weren't getting Bhakti Rasa, pure devotion. And that's why this pastime happens now, that they run into problems, that even though they got the nectar, still, that didn't mean that was going to be sufficient for them to avoid suffering. So it would seem the lesson to learn here is that we shouldn't have asked for that in the first place. So that was one reflection. And I was wondering, because Karma, he was enjoying the tension, the fight between the demigods and the demons. He was enjoying it. For him, it was pleasing. So for the devotee that's engaged in anartha nivritti, does that give the Lord pleasure when the devotee is struggling and he's being pulled by the demon, and then he's being pulled by the devotee and then pulled again, but he continues on? That was another one. And then you saying our mind is the real enemy. So if a person has mental health and he takes medication, is that making his mind more of a friend, or is that an illusion? And then the final point was that you were saying about the poison comes up. So it seems that for devotees, if 100 devotees join, only 20 will still be there in 20 years. So it seems for the 80, only 20 stay in devotional service. So it would seem that 80% of the devotees are ruined by the poison that's kicked up in the initial stage. They don't push past into Nishta. They get caught out in anartha nivritti, and then they have to wait to the next lifetime. So that was just some reflections, if you could clarify.
That's your observation. We can discuss this. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there is statistic which given by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He says, Manushanam sadasrishul kimchit yadadi sithe. So there is very low statistic in spiritual life So out of 1,000, only one strive for perfection. Out of 1,000, those who take liberation, only one becomes devotee. And real devotee, even more rare. Yeah. So real devotee means those who progressing through the stages. We know there are different levels of devotees: beginning, intermediate, and perfect. Right. So beginners, they're normally the fallen, the bloop into Maya again and again. If you not change, if you not uplift your consciousness up to the level, at least in intermediate devotee, you become discriminative. You understand where is the spirit, where is the matter, where is the soul, where is the body, or whatever. So you risky situation. You're gonna fall down again. This is Kanishta Adhikari. They're fallen, and it's normal. I mean, it's like because they're Prakrita Bhaktas, they have material mentality. They're not really established on a path of devotional service. That's why they're shakeable. And unless you move to the next level, you're gonna fall again and again. That's for sure, 100%. So therefore, not so many still continue. Some of them they're washed away by Maya. Some of them they have material desires, or some offenses are there. That's why we're in this constant battle in the waves of material energy. Some of them they come in with ulterior motives to spiritual movement, just to get something, to surf on the waves of material energy by taking the bhakti credits from spiritual life and then just enjoying in material life. So many different agendas or purposes. So therefore, we have to move, and Krishna arranged this just to show it's allegorical meaning of this lila is that we have to move from the level of beginners like Kanishta Adhikaris or what is called moral theists, like sometimes Bhaktivinoda Thakur explain, to the level of sadhaka. Sadhaka means surrender to Krishna, 100%, sharanagati. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam guptrithe varanam tatha rakshashrisyasya visvaso atmaniksha pakarpanyam shadvithe sharanagati. There's 6 levels of surrender, right? So we have to accept everything which is auspicious and reject all these unfavorable things. Then take shelter of Krishna, take him like a Lord and Master in our life and fully surrender to him, become humble and fully give you Atma, Atmanik Shepa. That means Atma Nivedanam. So you have to fully surrender to Krishna. So this is gradual progression in a surrendering. And our path of devotion is surrendering to Krishna. So we transcend all these modes and dualities just by surrendering to Krishna. And this is very fast track back home, back to God. It's like an elevator. You jump on an elevator, you just go up quickly on the top of the skyscraper. If you take on the stairs, it's a risky business. You're gonna fall, you're gonna tire, but if you take on elevator, you just quickly uplift yourself. And this is full surrender, without any agenda. You have to surrender to Krishna and pray for mercy and understand your desperate position. You've fallen, and just to pray and cry. And this is Sharanagati path. This is path of cry. It's a school of crying, like Guru Govinda Swami said. This is surrender, this is Sharanagati. And this is very quick progress, very quick progress. So you washed away all your natures, good or bad, or your virtuous theist, or your moral ethic, you just washed away everything. And we see devotees are coming from different backgrounds, right? Especially in Kali Yuga. Not so many virtuous people around, huh? Mostly like immoral or moral atheists. And still, so by the mercy of Kota Nitai and Mayapur, Shashi? It's a Chandra, yeah. Yeah, so it's moon of Mayapur Chandra. So still we're able to join to spiritual life and gradually purify our nature, transgress, transform our heart from karma to prema, from lust to love. So this is transformation going on through the Sharanagati path. And so that's why in order to get over and to stay on the path of bhakti and to move fastly, so we have to surrender. So this is a lila, this is an allegorical meaning of this lila. So, yeah.
So does the nectar represent bhakti
Rasa? Does the nectar represent sense gratification? Because if it was bhakti rasa, it would purify. It didn't purify Rahu, and then the demigods went into difficulty. So is the pastime to illustrate that we shouldn't ask for material benedictions, because if you do, you'll have problems.
Yeah, so it's not real nectar. It's not real like nectar of immortality. It's kind of, material nectar, which is maybe blissful, but still, it's not a perpetual solution of all our material problems, because still demigods got problem. Rahu also, he got nectar, but still he was a demon. He was not transformed. So real nectar is a bhakti rasa, right? And we can take like this pastime lila. We want to attain bhakti rasa, this real nectar, but we're going through the purification, and also we're getting good things from churning, like some different good things, like moon came out from the churning. What else? Airavata, Uchai horse, Lakshmi came. Yeah. Lakshmi came in 888, verse number 8.8.8, and this is represent the Shivatsa. Shivatsa is a sign on the chest of Lord Vishnu. So Lakshmi exactly appears in the verse 8.8.8. You can check. So, and all these good things are not it's not nectar, and that's why Lord Vishnu said, so we came for the nectar, not for all these things, because bhakti can give you lots of benefit, lots of profit in this world. And it is saying, Kleshagni Shubhada, all good things are coming in your life. But still, it's not a nectar, it's not full perfection. So you have to strive, you have to carry on to purify yourself to get real nectar, which is a bhakti rasa. Bhakti rasa is which is enlivening, purifying, and completely uplifting soul. So that's what we're looking for, and that's what we strive. But this lila, of course, it's not a real nectar, but allegorically we can take it like we're striving for bhakti rasa, for eternal perfection. Is the any comments, questions? Maybe anyone likes to ask anything? Everyone agreed, or you have any? Yes.
So the facilities that came are referred to as Tarangaranjani in the Madhura Kandamani. That facilities come your way, and then that can be the last snare. So it seems that although the demigods were working hard and doing everything, they got ensnared in the end by just getting facilities. They didn't go on from that to then become pure devotees.
So facilities given by bhakti.
Yeah, Tarangaranjani.
Yeah, Rupa Goswami explained it's one of the two first characteristics of bhakti on the first level, which is sadhana bhakti. It's called Shubhada and Kleshagni. Shubhada, 4 criteria. What's the Shubhada? So many Shubhada, so many auspicious things in this world, but real auspicious is 4. There are 4 criteria, 4 characteristics. Sagunam, Sukham, Jagat Sarva Priyanam, Anuraktata. So 4 things where you develop good qualities of the character, good qualities. So it's like Bhagavatam saying, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavatir Akinchana Samayar Sarvaya Samast Suraha. All good qualities are coming, all the good qualities of demigods while we perform in bhakti. Then Sukham means happiness coming in your life. Topmost happiness, because there are different types of happiness. Material happiness, Brahma Sukham, Samsara Sukham, and Bhakti Sukham, right? You get into the Bhakti Sukham. Bhakti Sukham is topmost. It's perpetual, it's Bhakti Rasa. And of course, you become most attractive person to all others because you get Bhakti. Bhakti is attractive to all living entities, so you become attractive to all different living entities. We see it like more advanced devotees, they're just, they have this kind of and Sarvajagat Priyanam, and entire universe completely happy with your activities. They're satisfied. Whatever you do, morning kirtan, 4 o'clock Mangalarati, you bang and brinang, oh, I mean, maybe our neighbor is not happy. So this is good compound. We away from the neighbors. But anyway, so all living entities are happy because you put in the water to the root of the tree, and all twigs and leaves and branches, they're nourished and growing. So therefore, all living entities are happy what you're doing. If they're not happy, maybe we're not doing right, or we're doing something which is not really pure bhakti, or we're doing with a fan, whatever. We have to think, we have to analyze. So, and all auspicious things are coming. So when you perform bhakti, all good stuff are coming in your life. So, and this is bhakti, because bhakti attracts everything, and bhakti is like a queen, and all other siddhi, bhukti, mukti, siddhikami are following her. So they're coming all in your life. And so you have to understand everything coming, and this is Krishna's energy, because Nija Sarva Shaktis, holy name, is full of energies. So when you're practicing, all these energies, all the Shaktis are manifesting in your life. So this is normal thing, not like sometimes we think, so we have to become miserable, we have to suffer. Bhakti is like very, like Krishna takes away everything from you. No, all good things are coming. This is like at the beginning. But of course, it could be, it could condition you. So you also become attached, and you become conditioned and stuck in this kind of environment, and you forget about real things, real bhakti, rasa, nectar, and you become, like kind of comfortable in this world. But of course, Krishna makes an arrangement so that we can move forward. He just put little scent in our sweet rice so that we understand this is not really a happy situation, and it's not really happy end. Therefore, demigods, they been protected by Vishnu, but still demons are always bothered them. They always harass them. Why? Because that's Krishna's arrangement. So how we can move forward, how we can pass through the anartha nivriti stage. So this is very important to understand. So there is no comfortable situation for devotees in this world, because Krishna takes care of us. This is mercy. This is how he pushes us through, so that we can go to the real stage of happiness and nectar and love, joy, and whatever. So it's only possible to take up Krishna consciousness fully. That's Prabhupada's conclusion. So to avoid this enmity, fight, war in this world, we have to take up Krishna consciousness. This is only solution for all our material problems. This only can heal all our social ills. Only to take up Krishna consciousness. That's only solution. But demigods, even being clever and sattva, they don't understand the thing. So we being fortunate to join Hare Krishna movement and to being educated in Krishna consciousness movement and take up the teaching of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. So, and we understand it clearly. So there is no any solution, any comfortable situation. So we have to move towards supreme perfection, give up all dharmas of this world. Sarva dharma parityajam mamekam sharanam raja. Krishna said, don't be disturbed, don't fear. I will protect you. Just surrender, surrender, surrender. This is the way. And Lord Chaitanya showed us how to surrender. So he expressed his devotion in spontaneous way to Krishna. So we have to follow to his footsteps and create his mood, understand his bhava, Radha bhava, Prabhu sada abhiman. So Krishna came, Lord Chaitanya came in the mood of Radharani. In the mood of separation, he develops this love. So we have to also feel this extreme separation from Krishna. And Maya works, act on us so that we can feel this, finally come to the feeling of the separation with the Lord. So, yeah, therefore in Krishna consciousness, everything is auspicious. Whatever comes in our lives is Krishna's arrangement. And this is good news. Haribol. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Granth Hara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kudi Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry for being late and taking your time.